Hey Scorpio, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Scorpio. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. So, I feel like for those of you who have been exploring your ability to manifest or to create some sort of deliberate and desired change in your life, this is a message from your future self that indicates success with that. It can even indicate mastery over your ability to manifest and create desired outcomes in your life in general. So if manifestation has been kind of on your radar, this will be confirmation for you that you do develop a level of mastery with this. You do get to a point where you feel like you are a pro when it comes to manifestation. I think that for some of you, you may not even like see yourself as this manifester yet. So this is kind of an indication that your future self wants you to know that this is a direction for you to move in. It might even be something for you to look into, your ability to manifest. I'm hearing, okay, I'm trying to decipher that. I'm actually hearing that for some of you that haven't been quite sure about your ability to manifest or don't think that much about manifestation, for you to look into what you have already manifested is what your future self is saying. Because I think there must be kind of a feeling of like, some people think that they're manifesting or they're not manifesting, but we're actually always manifesting. So maybe if there's a lack of belief in this area, your future self is calling this to your attention and saying, maybe take a look at what has already been manifested in your life so that you can get an idea of how you create and how you have been creating in your life. I feel like this High Priestess energy, in addition to being extremely intuitive, which we'll get to in a minute, is also showing me that you've managed to step into this role of deliberate creator. For those of you familiar with the tarot, you'll know that the High Priestess is the second card in the Major Arcana, and it comes right after the Magician. So oddly enough, I'm getting a lot of energy and a lot of messages about the Magician. And I feel like this is a stage that you have already passed, you've already crossed, or it's something that you were working towards. So this idea of deliberate creator is likely an idea you've already played with. It's like you are graduating into this High Priestess energy. It kind of seems like because of this this realization that you are a deliberate creator, I'm kind of getting the energy that it seems like your spiritual enlightenment has shot through the roof. Your future self is highly connected, in sync, in tune. This might even be something that you're already experiencing. This would show me if you're already experiencing this heightened level of intuition or this heightened level of spiritual connection, that this only gets stronger over time, because I feel like this future version of yourself is coming through like almost with this energy of like, whoa. It feels almost like your future self wants to tell you something like, whoa, you wouldn't believe the experiences that we've had, or like what we've seen, or whatever it is. I feel like I'm getting that kind of sense. This version of yourself in the future has really, really learned to listen to that inner voice without question. I feel like some of you might not be quite there yet. Like if you have an intuitive hit, you're still kind of like, did I hear that right? Am I making that up? Am I only thinking that because I heard somebody say that thing, or I saw that on a show, or whatever it is? Like there's still a little bit of a question. I feel like this future version of yourself has experienced so much that it's like you no longer question it. When you get that intuitive feeling, when you get that knowing, you are able to believe it. It's almost like it's just as clear to you as if you were having a conversation with your friend. Like if your friend was sitting right in front of you and talking to you and telling you things, you wouldn't question what was coming out of their mouth because you're right there, you're hearing it, you're present. I feel like your intuition reaches that level where there is no questioning it. I feel like this version of you is even highlighting instances where you were about to seize opportunities or where big doors open for you, just because you were tapped into and following your inner guidance. So they're almost showing me, this is really interesting. They're almost showing me that step right before it happens. So that's kind of why the message is coming through like that, like you were about to seize an opportunity. I'm seeing you right almost at the door, like you are about to walk through that door to receive your blessing, to seize that opportunity because of an intuitive knowing. But they're showing me just you right at that doorway. Really, really interesting. That might have something to do with you being right on the cusp of something, or it's almost giving me kind of vibes from the High Priestess card. Maybe that's where it's coming from. Like the veil that's behind the High Priestess. It's kind of like the veil to the spirit world. It's the veil to knowledge. It's the veil to all of this wisdom that I feel like you're tapping into. And I just want to say, like, especially for this group, because you did have the High Priestess and this owl charm, these charms were selected at random and the cards were shuffled so that it would really be like the message that you were meant to receive. So when these came out together, I thought, like, whoa. Like, if there was one charm that I would put out here to describe the High Priestess, it would be an owl charm. So I do feel like there's a real message about wisdom, about intuition, about knowledge, especially spiritual knowledge and enlightenment that is coming through for you. What else? You're a very observant person, and your future self is asking you to turn that keen sense of observation inward, to continue to do that, because the answers that you're searching for are going to be found within. This is a really important message that's coming through. They're going to be found within. This is about listening, but not with your physical ears. Wow, I kind of got chills with that one. Yeah. Not with your physical ears. For some of you, this is about developing a spiritual gift or diving deeper into your spirituality in general. I feel like clairvoyance and clairaudience is going to be significant to a lot of you. These might be gifts that you've already recognized in yourself, or something that's going to unfold for you. If this is the first you're hearing of this, or the first little kind of clue that there are some psychic giftings, I would kind of keep that in your back pocket. Clairvoyance and clairaudience are being highlighted. So these might be your spiritual gifts. They might be something for you to look into. They might be something that naturally develop over time. I think most of all, your future self wants you to remember to trust your intuition. So we are going to put this off to the side and get into some oracle cards and kind of see how that ties into the rest of the reading. I'm actually going to be looking at 2 different oracle decks and finding out what your future self wants to tell you is going to be changing the most for you. So what is going to change the most in your life? What does your future self want you to know about the changes that you're going to be experiencing? Okay, we have Shakti, number 5. Really funny that this card came out, because the number 5 came up as something significant for group 1, and then you get number 5 here. Number 5, 5s are all about change, so this might be a number that you are seeing or experiencing synchronicities around or something like that. You might want to check out reading 1, because number 5 was significant, but I think that's really that's just kind of interesting. We've got change again, and I am asking, what's going to change the most? Your guides are like, change. So informative. Thank you. Let's get, I'm going to pull one more oracle card to kind of support that energy, maybe clarify that a little bit. We have the key. Interesting. Okay, let's look at this. So what will change the most for you is that you will step into embodying more of your feminine energy. And this is true whether you identify as primarily masculine or primarily feminine. Everyone has some element of feminine energy inside of them, and that feminine energy is sort of our hub for creativity, for our compassion towards others and towards ourselves. So this is a lot about our receptivity and our ability to allow things to flow to us, even to allow things to flow through us, which again kind of speaks to that creativity, which seems to be a recurring theme in these readings like so far. Creativity was a big thing that was highlighted in reading number 1, and it seems like it might be highlighted for you as well. So really interesting energy here. There's always kind of a playful energy with this Shakti, this Shakti card as well. This can indicate some kind of stress or some kind of strife in your life, kind of fading away. It can be talking about a stressful situation going away, because the playful energy, it's very lighthearted. It's kind of that energy of like that deep breath you take after something has finally stopped, something has finally ended, or you've completed a long journey, you've completed a huge project, something like that. It's giving me that energy. It can also, I feel like, okay, let me back up a little bit. I feel like given all that we've discussed in terms of the development of intuition and spiritual gifts, I kind of feel like your future self wants you to know that that you're going to find the key that unlocks all of this for you, that unlocks your deeper connectedness, and that you will, that you're going to kind of like access this new level of intuition. I feel like there's a whole lot of self-confidence growing inside you, even right now. But as time goes on, it's like you start to have some of these new experiences, and the confidence really grows. You're finding the key to unlock more creativity, more belief in yourself and your creative abilities. Gosh, the thing about this is I feel like a lot of this is about manifestation for you. And I feel like your level of mastery when it comes to manifestation is being accentuated, it's being highlighted, and it's being celebrated by your future self, especially with this High Priestess card. It's like not only do you have more knowledge, but you have more ability. Almost like you used your ability to manifest, and then more doors were open to you. You kind of used this key and opened more doors in terms of wisdom and in terms of knowing how to continue this manifestation. I feel like some of the actions that you are taking right now, or that you have taken, are what is opening this door to more wisdom and knowledge inside of you. It's a really interesting feeling. I feel like you're learning how to manifest effortlessly. Like your future self is saying that something is going to click for you, and it'll suddenly be like you have this key to your every desire. The key to your manifestation ability is found in this Shakti energy. That's so interesting, you guys. I'm trying to kind of decipher it. What's interesting about this energy is, like I was saying, your future self was showing me you right on the verge of something, or right about to step through a doorway or step behind a veil. So far, I have not received a clear image of you on the other side of that, or what that looks like. So I'm thinking that this energy of you being on the cusp, or this energy of you having the key, is really what your future self wants you to pay attention to. It's probably because once you step through that threshold, things are going to start unfolding and unlocking very easily for you, because I'm getting this feeling of effortless manifestation. So it's probably that it's going to become so effortless that's why they're showing me this crucial part right when you are about to use this key. I think what's important to understand about this Shakti energy, about this feminine energy, is that it's the energy of allowing. It's the energy of receiving. It's a very receptive, very flowy energy. It flows like creatively it flows. I feel like I'm having the hardest time explaining this because it's really a feeling. So I hope that you can relate to the feeling. But I think what's important here is that the key to your manifestation is this feeling of just allowing. It's almost like rather than pushing up against something, rather than trying to force something to happen, you fall into this effortless flow. So super interesting here. Okay, it seems like you will be bringing more feeling into the manifestation. I was just saying that it's more of a feeling, and I think that was key. I think I was supposed to pick up on something there. It's more of a feeling. It's almost like you're able to feel your manifestations before they fully actualize in the 3D. I'm getting so excited, you guys. I'm like tripping over my words. I need to take a deep breath, but it's like it feels like there's so much happening. Like once you step through this threshold, so much is going to unfold for you, and it's like it's getting me all amped up. Yes, feeling it is going to be key for you. It's like you're feeling it as if you already have it. So like you're feeling it as if you already have that job, or as if you're already in that relationship, or you already have the money, or you've already closed on the house, or the business is already in motion. Whatever it is you want, you are stepping into an energy of feeling it before it's true in the 3D, but it's like it feels true to you already. And that is the key to your manifestation. Why do I feel like your future self is, first of all, you must be smart as all get out, because I feel like I was going to say your future self is so smart, but it's you. So I think your future self here, when I asked what's going to change the most for you, I feel like your future self came through with instructions and an answer. I think for some of you, you may have already realized this method of feeling out your manifestations, and what's going to change is like just developing this ability, and this is going to be the thing that you're relying on to create in your life, create change, create what you want in your life. For others of you, you might not have known what that key was, what it was going to take for you to be able to bring things into your life the way you want, and your future self is like coming through big time. Like you have to feel it. You have to feel like it's true before it will happen. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, it feels like you're learning to flow with things without a whole lot of strain. This is reminding me of the show Lock and Key. It's on Netflix. I don't know if any of you have watched it. I think I watched the first season of it, but I'm getting images of kind of like how the keys in that show work. So it's making me think of someone who has a key that can unlock a door, and behind that door is their manifestation. It feels like something that works every single time. Like the key unlocks the door, and behind the door is your manifestation over and over and over again. And it's almost like at some point it feels like that to you. It feels like you have the key and you know exactly where the door is located, and anytime there's something you want to bring into your life, you go and you stick the key into the keyhole, the lock in the door, and you unlock it and you open it, and there it is. It's like it's that effortless for you. It's something that it's a process that you're able to apply over and over again. I feel like you may have spent a fair amount of time searching for answers, and this is giving me the energy of those answers being found, not just once, but over and over again. Even some of the answers that you've previously found, I feel like are starting to make sense to you, or your future self is telling you that that will make sense to you going forward. So don't forget it. Like for some of you, it might be a dream that you've been trying to interpret and you couldn't quite figure it out. A sign or a synchronicity that you keep seeing and you can't quite figure it out. These things are going to start making sense to you. You know what? This is so interesting, you guys. Your future self is either, I actually don't know. I don't know if this is your guides, your future self, some combination. What they're telling me now is you may have found the door before, but you didn't have the key. So it looks like your future self is letting you know that you will have all the pieces to the puzzle all at once going forward. You'll have all the pieces that you need. You'll have the answer, and you'll know what to do with it, is how that's coming through. So yeah, I wonder about that. I feel like that was super key for you guys. That you may have found the door but didn't have the key. So there's something in your life, and it might be a few things that you feel like you've stumbled upon. You've almost been there. It has been so close, but you couldn't quite figure it out. Like, oh, here's the door. I found this door that was hidden for a long time. Here it is. But now that I found it, I can't open it. So this takes me back to this High Priestess energy, and it makes me think that some of this wisdom and this knowledge that you are unlocking is going to be crucial there. And you're going to be able to travel back to a door that you had previously located, but this time step through it. I have chills. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going for oracle cards here. The ever unfolding rose. Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm so thrilled about this reading for you guys. I'm like, I feel hyped up. I just can't even wait to get the cards on the table and find out what else your future self has to tell you, because these messages are kind of intense. We have a tall tale, number 35. 5 again. A lot is changing for you. One more card, and then we'll look at everything all at once. What other messages do you have? Let's get one card. One card so we can be clear about this. There we go. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. So you have the ever unfolding rose, you have a tall tale, and you have this abundance planning. This abundance planning card is actually card 1 in this deck. We were talking about the energy of the magician being card 1 in the major arcana, and that being significant here. So I feel like that's connected. I feel like that's tied in. I feel like there's a lot of financial abundance that your future self wants to talk to you about. Whoa, okay. The ever unfolding rose always makes me think about your story, like the series of events that led you to a certain point in your life. Even the failures or the disappointments that taught you some really big lessons, your future self wants you to know that this is all part of your journey. So every experience is almost like being stored in a bank, which is funny that I say that, because I really think a lot of this has to do with financial independence, financial abundance for you. This could be a huge part of what you want to manifest. I think that you want to manifest a lot of things in your life, like you want to manifest in a lot of areas of your life. But I do think that a lot of times these financial areas can be a little bit of a hindrance to us, even if it's not our main focus. It can be something that's obviously important because we have to support ourselves. And sometimes in order to be able to pursue some of the other areas of life that we want to, it would just be helpful if we had that financial security. So I do think there's a message coming through for those of you where this is a bit of a theme for you. And this doesn't have to be the money itself. It can have to do with business or your job, your work, your career. It can have something to do with that. Your future self wants you to know that because these experiences are being stored away, good or bad, they're molding you into this version that is now speaking to us. They're molding you into that version, and they're showing you contrast. They're showing you what you want in your life and what you don't want. They're giving you an indication about what you want to create more of and what you want to move away from. I feel like that's very important if we're talking about manifestation, if we're talking about you getting really good at manifestation and like manifesting things really quickly and very effortlessly. It's very important for you to be focused on what you want and not what you don't want. This could be going back to that message that we were getting in the very beginning of the reading, like even if manifestation has not revealed itself as a particular skill of yours or an interest of yours, that your future self was saying, look at how you have already been manifesting. I feel like that's important because we're manifesting all the time, even when we don't realize it. So the fact that this message is coming through, to me, it's saying you really do have to be careful about what you are putting your focus and attention on, because you are such a powerful manifester and you're going to become an even more powerful manifester. So you can be manifesting things effortlessly, and there's two sides to that coin. You can manifest exactly what you want effortlessly, which is where you're headed. This is what you're going to be doing. Or you can manifest things that you don't want effortlessly by not even realizing that you're manifesting. So your future self is like, even when things haven't gone right, or even when you explore, what have I been manifesting in my life? Or did I manifest that thing that I didn't like? Is that like, could that be true? Even as you explore that, do not beat yourself up about what may have been manifested already, because it's part of your story. It's part of who you are. And not only is it part of who you are, but it taught you that you want certain things and you don't want other things. Let's say you manifested an apple and you don't really want an apple right now. Maybe you don't really like apples. You manifested it. It was there. You took a bite and you thought, that wasn't what I wanted. I actually wanted an orange. There's no fault in having experienced that apple, because now you know what it tastes like, you know what it looks like, you'll recognize it next time. You'll also know when you want an orange that you want an orange. You'll know that you would rather manifest an orange. So it's all a lesson. It's all a beautiful lesson. It's all unfolding for your highest good and showing you what you want, what you don't want, what you want to manifest, what you don't want to manifest. And being clear on that as you step into this effortless manifestation is crucial. I feel like this owl and like this idea of wisdom kind of ties back into that clarity, that knowing, that wisdom to be self-aware enough and to put your focus on what you want in your life is part of that wisdom. Yeah. I get the feeling that this is very interesting. I don't know at what point your future self is coming to us, but your future self seems to have everything that they want, everything that you wanted. So it's giving me like a very comforting energy. They're kind of telling you like how to get there. It's almost like they want to shortcut the process for you to get you to this place a little bit sooner or easier, which is crazy energy, because I feel like timelines are collapsing on me right here as I'm trying to sift through this. It feels almost like your future self is telling you, you can get to this point faster than I did, which is crazy because it is you. I feel like you guys are some kind of like quantum physics masters or something. I'm actually getting a little bit tripped out because time in this reading, time doesn't seem to exist at all, which, I mean, time is a construct, so cool, I can go with it, but it's almost like your future self is like, time does not exist and you can get to this place of effortless manifestation so fast. Here's what you need to do. That's what it feels like. I don't know if you're like a very direct person or a very, I know you're smart. I know you're smart, but I feel like your future self is very direct, very deliberate, and it's just like, here's the blueprint. I feel like in a way this future version of yourself has your back kind of in a way that I've never really seen, or it's almost like your future self is going ahead of you and leading you on this journey. They're also saying, or you're saying, see, this gets kind of confusing. You're saying, they're saying, it is you. They're also saying that some of the stories that you've been told with this tall tale card, some of the stories that you've been told, and believed, you've been told these stories and you've actually believed these stories about yourself aren't true. Some of the beliefs that you might still be carrying with you are outdated. They don't serve you. They're a hindrance to what you're trying to create now. You probably already know this. It's a matter of releasing these things. It's like a message of make sure, make sure you're asking for what you want. Make sure you're feeling what you want, and not feeling the fear of what you don't want. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is sort of intense. I can't remember if I already said this, but I really am feeling like your future self is saying be very deliberate about what you want. Maybe literally write it out, plan it out, write yourself a letter, write it as if you already have what you want. Put the exact amount of money that you're trying to manifest and saying like, oh, I already have it, and make sure you're doing things that make you feel like that's true. I feel like I'm getting just a little bit more than I bargained for with this reading. I did not expect this, but like I'm saying, there's something interesting about this energy of your future self, and it's like that future version of yourself really wants to guide you. Really wants to guide you. I'm shuffling tarot right now. I don't know if I said that. I'm still looking at these cards because it's really pulling me into a story here. We have the Page of Chalices, Page of Cups, the Nine of Swords in reverse, and your next two cards went on the floor. Let's get them. The Three of Swords in reverse, and the King of Coins. Oh my gosh. I can't even get your cards to like settle down. There's so much energy. I almost feel like I'm like buzzing or humming right now. Like my body is buzzing. So wow. Okay. Your future self is like really, really, really freaking abundant. I'll just say that. Really, really abundant. There's definitely financial success in your future, and your future self wants you to know that. This financial success comes when you get super deliberate about what you want to create. So like I was saying, be specific about it. This doesn't have to just be money. This is abundance in every facet of life. You're being led to focus on this creative energy so that you can give birth to new themes in your life. I want to point out that creativity does not just mean that you're really great at drawing or something like that. Creativity is in everything we do. Manifestation is creativity because it is creating new experiences, new outcomes in our life. So this can be purely about manifestation, but it can also have to do with other things in your life, especially if there are creative endeavors that you would like to pursue. Your future self's talking a lot about these things. This really shows me you walking away from old hurts and old fears and anxiety that's been holding you back. We talked about, did we? I can't remember. I remember thinking it. I don't remember if I said it. I'm telling you guys, so many messages came through that it was like I would have needed 5 mouths to say it all. That's how I feel. Like it was just so much at once. So with this Shakti energy, this is dealing with the solar plexus chakra, which is a lot about our self-confidence, our self-esteem, our image of self. So we're talking about really having that confidence to believe in yourself, to believe in your future, and to write a different story. This really does start from a place of self-confidence and self-worth, knowing what you want, knowing what you deserve, and being very deliberate about it, not being afraid to ask for it, not being afraid to expect it to come. So the disappointment, the heartbreak, the worry about these things, especially if this is financial worries, because that's a theme that's really coming up. These energies came up in reverse. These energies are something that you're walking away from, or that your future self is urging you to step away from. And you're stepping into this King of Coins energy. This is abundant energy. This is boss energy here. This is, to me, the King of Coins has it all. It's not just financial abundance, although that's a huge part of it. The King of Coins has a lot of stability, has the family, has, like, he has it on lock. You know, he has everything on lock. Key. He has it on lock. You've got the key. So I think I'm just going to end it there. This is a lot, you guys. So yes, thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. I absolutely loved your reading. I'm excited for you. I feel like there was a lot of messages. I really hope I did this justice for you guys, because I think there was some important stuff here for you. So if you enjoyed this, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again really soon in another reading. Bye!